Look at that. He's making me cry.
You're listening to Comics Podcasting on the edge of civility.
So, really, it's Marvel Night, but I noticed on the other page that I had written a sentence for, I wrote 2 words for multiversity for next week's DC episode. And I was just curious, man. Just a little tiny thing. We don't need to go too deep into it, but yeah. Multiversity.
I thought we were done buying shit to piss me off. Like, I thought we had gone past that. Like,
it wasn't specifically to piss you off.
really?
And it was not specifically bought.
Who paid for that? Was that you? Who paid for that? You or me?
To piss you off. It was not purchased to make Bill angry.
Okay, did I pay for that?
You did not.
Okay, because I saw Captain Carrot on the cover. I'm like, fuck. Did I buy this? God damn it. Did I see Captain Carrot and get wrapped into this like an idiot?
No, you didn't. And it pleases me to no end. Was that's your whole thing? Do you want
to do DC now? I thought it was Marvel Week. I mean, I'll keep going, but
I mean specifically about multiversity. I'm very curious.
You know what? I mean, DC Week is rough enough. We should probably save it, but I'll go off now if you want.
Just for that one, just quick, just a couple.
All right. Like, I know Grant Morrison's a genius. I know on some level that everything he does... First off, have we not seen enough from Grant Morrison? Like, all these words are falling together. Oh, here's a bunch of people getting brand new powers and being uber weird. Here's a monitor. Here's fucking versions of Superman. Oh, by the way, everyone's black in this world, just for fun. Like, but I'm going to write everyone exactly the same, so, you know, I've achieved nothing. Woohoo! Yay to you! And first off, close the comic. It's eating your mind. Like, Erie did that years ago, dude. Like, you know, you're breaking no new ground with your fucking Monkey Butler character. All right, shit. Pirates, the animated fucking pirate movie, did that.
Like, Pirates, the animated pirate movie.
You've got nothing. Like, it's just so unnecessary. It just feels like every other fucking thing he's done. All those Justice League storylines, everybody's got powers, everybody's got this, blah, blah, fucking blah. And if you're gonna shit on everything, don't take Captain Carrot with you. Like, I acknowledge I'm one of like 7 Captain Carrot fans who aren't 3 years old. I know that. But don't take the things that I like and ruin them. Like, fuck off.
Are they ruined, though?
Actually, Captain Carrot was the best part when he used, you know, cartoon world physics to survive being pummeled to death. I did enjoy that. But that was the only thing I liked in that whole... I was just sitting there like, I will fucking eat this thing.
Hey, kids. It's the Mean Geek. Comics podcasting on the edge of civility.
Oh, we're past the edge with that.
Only sometimes.
Today.
Only sometimes? Well, today, sure. Yeah, fuck Grant Morrison. Jesus, fuck.
I know you hate
And by the way, that's what I wrote down about multiversity is Jesus, fuck.
I mean, I like Grant Morrison, everything he's... I'm tired of big concept. I feel like there's too much... and this is the worst thing I've ever said. This is too much depth. Like, trim some shit down. Like, Hickman, Morrison, guys, take a couple of breaks. Jerry Conway, come back. Just write a couple of issues. Like, I just need something to be less fucking complicated.
It's true. Everything's tremendously large. Everything. It's off the scale. It's off the charts. The meters are pegged. Just relax and give me a good story for once.
You know, and even the small heroes aren't having small storylines.
Yeah. It's kind of killing me a little bit. You know, not everything has to kill the world to be a fun adventure. It doesn't. Which is, you know, exactly what I'm going to say about Nightcrawler 5 is not a big adventure, and it's not fucking fun.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, all right, I actually made notes this week, blah, blah, blah. Well, first off, before we get into all this, like, what do we got? Gotham started. Neither of us watched it. Woohoo. What else has been going on in the nerd world? How is it neither of us watched that? Like, how fucking, like, the podcast has ruined us. Like, literally a television show.
Yeah.
Based on a DC comic property, your favorite property,
Yeah.
has come out, and neither of us found the time to watch the first episode.
I had the time.
I know you did, because you don't do dick. But my point is, I don't care that you're like, well, it's Batman without Batman. Why would I watch that? Because 10 fucking years ago, when you didn't get every property in the sun in TV form, you'd have been licking that shit up like it was crack.
It's true, man. We are spoiled by the sheer volume of stuff that's available.
Which I think we should be watching it, honestly, because once these things start to fail, they're all gonna go away. That's how these things work. Like,
Yeah, probably.
I mean, I'm not saying if it's terrible, I'm gonna keep watching it, but I do feel like I should probably be watching it. First off, I'm its fucking target goddamn audience, you know.
It's true.
Like, a comic book cop show. Yeah, I should probably be watching that. Fair enough.
Yeah, but I'm done with cop shows, though.
You don't watch any of them. Like, you are like,
because I'm done with them.
you're virgin territory for cop shows. You'll be sitting there like,
I've seen thousands of cop shows. What are you talking
when's the
about?
last time you watched anything with a police officer in it?
Because I got fucking tired of them.
When's the last time? How long has it been?
The last cop show.
Copper does not count. Ripper Street does not count.
Oh.
Like, police procedural.
Dexter doesn't count?
No. Well, you know what? I suppose. I mean, because this is closer to those, though. But then all the more reason we should be watching it, because it's closer to those. It's not CSI. It's not CSI Miami. And fuck you, CSI Miami. That show's horrible like friggin' pit vipers.
It's not as bad as CSI Boise.
No, but, you know, that had such a great cast.
There was no Boise.
You can't know this.
Oh my God, what is this? I keep going. It's fine.
Bollywood is really fucking weird.
It is, dude. I don't understand. Oh, that was all imagination. All right, fuck it then.
Doom 3.
What happened to 1 and 2?
Do you want me to try and find them?
No.
I mean,
the other thing that happened was ComicGate.
ComicGate.
Yes.
Wait, some DC guys were
Because-
caught breaking into a fucking hotel Marvel guys were in,
No.
taping storylines.
Unfortunately, that would have been far more interesting.
That would
than
have been awesome. All about that. Dude, if you can't imagine Joe Quesada as Tricky Dick Nixon in this scenario, like, I am not an editor. Oh, man.
That's all. We got to figure out a way to capitalize on that. Joe Quesada as Chicky Dick. That's great.
Oh, Jimmy Palmiotti as Spiro Agnew. Like, this just gets better and better.
I got to tweet that. Palmiotti sees my shit.
Uh,
No, what happened was I don't want to go into it too deeply.
Is this a
Because-
Spider-Woman thing? Is that...
Yeah.
Oh, no, is it actually called ComicGate, or you just...
No, that's the hashtag on Twitter that people were using to identify their posts about the situation was ComicGate.
I am officially really happy I'm not on Twitter. Like, come on, people. Like, Watergate was important, okay? Just throwing gate after things has become a sad, sad state of affairs. Freakgate, Monkeygate,
You weren't even there for Gamergate.
what and Sam fuck is a Gamergate?
It's actually quite complex, and I don't give a shit because I'm not that deep into gaming culture.
Is this like the woman trope versus tropes thing?
That is a part of it, yeah.
Yeah, part of it. Okay, so it's a massive game conspiracy. Is Crash Bandicoot involved? Because I've never trusted him.
No, and I mean, you're right for that, but he isn't.
He's a crafty, crafty Bandicoot.
I hate him. Ever since he ran off with that... Never mind.
He did have a play-by model in one of his games, so he probably did run off with somebody.
Excuse me?
Yeah, shit happens in comic. Yeah, like bandicoots are fucking crafty, dude.
I may have to get an N64.
No, this was PlayStation. It's old school.
Oh, well, I'm sure there's a couple of those around still. At any rate, it was rumored, and nobody bothered figuring it out for certain for several hours.
Wait, are we on Gamergate or ComicGate?
I don't care about Gamergate. I'm not talking about
I don't even know what it is. You brought it up.
Gamergate is too weird. The Minara cover was rumored to have been pulled. So, all these idiot MRA guys and anti-censorship guys and I want to see my booty guys came out and started saying, "Oh, this is horrible. Everyone is capitulating to the mass voices of discontent. This is just so horrible. It's censorship." And none of which is actually accurate. But
no, I mean...
A product was disliked, so they weren't sure whether they wanted to do it or not. Turns out it was just delayed. So everybody lost all their shit for literally no fucking reason.
Like, here's the thing. All right, yes, he draws saucy women. Woohoo. First off, I don't need any of those covers. I don't give a rat's ass. If a book I ordered had one, am I losing any sleep over it? No, I'm not like, oh, damn, I can't have this cover. Fuck off. But I'm like, hey, you want to spend an extra $5 for a saucy cover? Fuck no. Do you want a red hot poker in the eye? Because that's my fair trade offer. Yeah,
it's not the fucking end of the world, man. People were being called Nazis, and I'm like, look, man, a cover being pulled does not equate to the murder and forceful invasion of several countries and loss of several million people. You can't keep pulling out the fucking Nazi card every time you dislike something.
First off, don't even disrespect. Like, I almost said disrespect Nazi, but fuck, disrespect them all you want. But like, that was a real fucking thing. Like, every time that you spit all over it with, oh, you're a Nazi. Really, the guy that threw you out of Kmart for pretending to fuck a mannequin was a Nazi. Yes, yeah, fucking monkey weasel humper. And secondly, censorship is still real. It's still out there, and not printing a cover that people are gonna boo is not censorship in any fucking world that I have ever heard of.
No, it isn't. And he's
say
already been paid
these
for it
things
anyway. He's already done the work. He's already been paid.
All it's doing is creating a more popular cover. Like, Marvel's paying into this. Like, yeah, no, boo, boo. You fucking grow the fuck up and know something. Like, censorship is bad. And it's like, I'm not even going to be like, that's the dumbest statement. Like, censorship is bad. Also, cancer and people who kick puppies. All bad. But you don't need depth. Like, know this. Know that this is wrong. And when you waste time complaining about stupid shit, when real fucking issues are out there. And yes, I know I have a podcast about comic books. Fuck you for irony. There's your title. The fact of the matter is if you can't recognize when things are important and when you're wasting people's fucking time, don't fucking speak. And the real problem here is Twitter. The real culprit is entirely Twitter. Because you know what? All you people bitching about this shit to your one friend in a fucking sled somewhere in North Nova Scotia. And I know who you are because I'm sitting here with my one fucking friend talking about comic books. We just happen to be strapped to a goddamn computer like something out of the fucking Matrix.
In Central Connecticut.
Yeah. Don't be telling people where I am.
There's a lot of Central Connecticut. You can't be certain.
It's a small state, bitch. Anyway, the fact of the matter is, like, if you can't fucking, if you need to go out there and throw opinions out like assholes with no fucking fiscal responsibility for your stupid ass shit. Like, I say dumb shit all the time. And you know what happens? People fucking hit me. And that's fine, because I deserve it for saying stupid shit. You're going to type stupid shit and pretend that you're safe. You know, like, fuck off. Like, fucking own it. Dislike, boo boo.
Wow,
you know, it irks me. Like, censorship is fucking, like, I love books. Not literally, fucking paper cuts suck. But, like, these are important to me. Like, books define my pretty much 40 years on this earth. Like, if you think of you think about what defines the Rev, the word book is going to come in there pretty, you know.
Yep.
There's a
fairly early and fairly often.
There's a shit ton of them floating around this fucking house right now. To the point that Commodore Girlfriend hates books. I have turned her into a book burner just to get room.
And just so you remember, it is Banned Books Week today.
I did not. Is that how is that a thing? Wait, what?
People celebrate banned books.
Oh, so you're supposed to read books
Yeah,
that have been...
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. How many books do you know that have actually been banned?
You are now actually shamed, aren't you?
What, that I didn't know that?
Yeah.
Or that I'm not reading a banned book right now?
Both.
A little bit, actually, but, you know...
I don't know. The idea of banned book, I'm not even sure what books have ever been banned. I mean, I know Catcher in the fucking Rye was, but I hated that book and it was shit anyway,
Naked
so
Lunch,
it may
but
as
you
well
ain't
be
reading
banned.
that.
I ain't reading that fucking thing again.
Some of the Arthur Millers, I can lend you one of those, but you ain't reading one of those. Not that you couldn't, but, you know.
I mean, why would I want to? I mean, is there a list of currently banned books, and banned by whom?
Well, I mean, the U.S. really doesn't ban much of anything anymore as a whole. Certain areas, obviously, Huck Finn has been banned several times.
Yeah, but when I heard things like banned books, though, I think that, you know, the national government is the one saying, you're not going to fucking read this.
No, but a lot of schools have banned Huck Finn.
Yeah, but at that local level, I'm like, go to the next fucking town's library and get it there. Who gives a shit if your town did it?
It's something you always have to be known. And that's what the whole point of the previous conversation was, like censorship. Like this, when they're taking things from you, when the world is telling you what you can and can't do, that's when shit matters. Yeah. Oh, like, oh, hey, I can't buy a saucier cover of a book I'm vaguely interested in. Does not matter. But duh.
It's true,
you Muppet. So all of you who think that this is a huge fucking deal, like, artists got paid. Book's going to sell the same regardless of that fucking cover. They might see a slight spike in that one, and that which means it'll cost you $20 a goddamn show, which I guarantee you'll never see the rev pay. I don't even buy fucking gimmick covers of people I like. Actually, no, that's not entirely... I did request that you get the Jack Davis Goon one. There you go.
That's true.
But I believe it was the same price as the other one.
It was, in fact.
Yeah.
So that's something.
I do, I have occasionally perused some of these things, like, ooh, there's a Scotty Young cover, or I asked for a Charlie Brown, you're like, dude, that thing's like $20. I'm like, no, I don't need a $20 Charlie Brown. No one needs a $20 Charlie Brown.
I would not have bought that for you.
I am not letting you spend your money on that, bitch.
If a birthday was coming, maybe, I don't know.
Even then, you'd be like, I can get him a real present, or I can get him this really expensive Charlie Brown cover. Dude, how have they not done that?
What, read Charlie Brown comics?
No, pull it back.
Oh.
Marvel Charlie Brown month.
Oh. That's a good question. I have no idea.
Imagine Iron Man as drawn by Charles Schultz.
Tell
me that wouldn't be awesome.
I can very easily imagine it, and I'm enjoying it.
With War Machine and Snoopy? Like, come on.
Happy Woodstock.
It writes itself.
That would be great. And hey,
Captain America on top of the...
he's got a little redheaded girl.
Yeah. It writes itself. Captain America sitting on top of the doghouse, all sad now.
That's great. But we've blown 20 minutes and haven't talked about a single book.
Yeah, but this is the point. Like, no one comes to us for actual information. Like, that shit's long gone. No one comes to us, period.
Space Chief does.
I have no idea what that is.
Space Chief bought, and he knows who he is. Motherfucking listen to us.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
Space Chief actually bought the 86 run of Suicide Squad on my rec.
You don't even read Suicide Squad.
I did when it came out.
What do you
I
think?
was reading that book back then.
I read that book now.
I know. That's what I said. I put our recommendation
Dude, that shit's impossible to find.
Dollar bins at conventions, baby.
Dude, no.
Yeah, I've seen them in there.
Not many. It's
Not
one of those
many,
weird books.
It is.
Certain
People don't
books-
want to give them up once they get them.
Which is strange because I enjoy it, but it's not like it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Certain books you just master, and I read 90% of what you can't find fucking old school Batman anymore.
It's really difficult.
You cannot find Spider-Man. That shit gets cleaned out in seconds. 90s Spider-Man, that shit's everywhere. Like, you know, if it's got Carnage on it, you can find 8 fucking copies.
Yeah.
Any of the cool shit, Marvel team-ups once in a while. You cannot find Master of Kung Fu. And I know you've looked just to piss me off, like, hey, look what I found. You cannot find ROM 90% of the time.
I have found a phenomenal amount
Lately,
of ROM.
but that's a recent thing.
That is very recent.
The last couple shows have been ridiculously ROM heavy. And
That has
that's the
been-
stupidest fucking sentence ever. Like, I don't care. And I use that line a lot. So, like, those regular listeners are like, yeah, it's your new stupidest line of all time. Ha, ha, ha. You're a funny reverend.
You're having a good time tonight.
It's been a long motherfucking day. But the fact of the matter is like, heavy and ROM is just weird. But ROM 1, next to impossible.
Oh, yeah. There's
I had
nothing
one.
wrong.
I don't know what happened to it.
Yeah. That sentence comes out a lot in our circles. Had one. Don't know what happened.
Yep. Shit disappears. There's books that you can find, like, if you spend time in a dollar box, you can get a complete run of fucking Green Arrow.
Which volume?
All. Anything after, anything from Grell on, you can pretty much find a full run of. Like, Green Arrow's in that shit all the time.
Yeah.
Flash, you can find a fuck ton of all kinds of periods.
Yeah, you really can.
Yep.
Flash is
Even
on.
old school.
You can always find some Barry Allens in
Yep.
there.
Superman, you can find shit from every period.
A lot of Supermans.
Yep. Dollar bin it up all day
All
long.
the time.
Batman, next to nothing. Fucking Spider-Man, less. I honestly believe you can find Batman easier than Spider-Man.
In the dollar bins? Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I very rarely have to go to the $2 boxes to fill gaps.
Well,
takes some
just those 8 that fucking haunted your dreams.
Yeah. So I'm gonna reorganize that. I'm gonna take the dead Bat books and put them in a short box and
Since they're done.
give myself some space.
But
But that's a total aside. We were talking about dollar bins.
we're always talking about dollar bins. Oh, so I wrote articles.
Yes, you did.
And dialogue.
Yes, you did. I like dialogue. Dialogue makes my job easier.
And you liked it, which was
I
good.
did.
You're not going to use all of them, though.
No, like I said, I might put a director's cut.
That is kind of
page on
funny,
there.
actually.
Here's the Revs.
The
cut.
alternate takes.
There you go. Of Trooper Johnson, by the way, is available only at supermachojedi.com.
Well, what you should do is don't put the Revs takes, but like use the ones you're going to use, and then take the ones you wrote that you didn't use and the ones I wrote you didn't use, and do an alternate version.
All right, that'll work. But look forward, kids, to the Revs' new series of It Came from the Dollar Bin.
I'm very dollar-centric. It's very true.
Now,
Actually,
I started a new feature that I'll bet you haven't seen.
I guarantee I haven't seen. I go to the site like never.
The Climb to 99.
What is that?
Last week I started playing some Diablo 3 again.
Oh, good.
And I was like, all right, well, this is interesting. But I had to max out at level 60 because I won't pay the $40 for the expansion. Because to me, $40 is a full-size game, not an expansion.
Not anymore, but I mean, roughly.
To me.
Yeah.
But so I'm like, I never did max out my character on Diablo 2. I should go back and get all the way up to 99. So I started documenting from level 1 And there's going to be an article all the way up to 99.
Well, so for each level.
Well, not each. There's not going to be one article for each level.
Why not? That would be cool.
Well, because I'm already up to 20 and I've got one article.
You could go back.
So, that'd be stupid. So I thought that would be fun. I got screenshots.
Kill the
everything.
werehog. Level 2.
Kill the bat. Level 3. No, and I'm documenting all the neat loot and how long it takes to get which kind of loot. And it only took me to level 20. You won't know this.
I guarantee
Everybody else might
I played
know
Diablo
this.
for like 8 minutes.
Yeah, the first one, the very first one.
It was scary. There.
Where you just utterly refused to use the hot bar to heal yourself. And would click down on the healing potion and then die because it took so long to get the cursor down there.
Let's be very clear here. Subtlety and the rev in video games is except for one game where I was a beast.
Perfect Dark.
Shut up. Although sort of. GoldenEye, I was a subtle killing machine. To the point at which you will not play that game to this day.
Ever again.
Got you in the head again. You need to shut the fuck up. I mean, like, I've beaten you again. Like, fighting games, I generally do better than you overall.
A lot.
Subtle, like, there's no subtle, like, I just kick you in the face a lot. Like, people actually know what they're doing can fucking wipe the floor with me. There's no subtlety in what I do in any video game. And
I've never known what I was doing in a fighting game, so
But-
you always get me.
in terms of Halo, like, if I can find a sniper rifle, I can shoot people. But I basically just, when we're playing the actual game, I just run into a giant fucking mess, and then I die, and then you clean up and pick up all my shit.
Pretty much, yeah.
Where's my body?
You refuse all caution.
It's overrated.
Wow, that ramble went way the fuck afield.
So we have new fucking things happening on the show, and
Yes.
I have several other. I wrote 2 whole articles, which for me is like 2 bajillion, and I have more planned.
Yes, very good.
And I found a way to fit the Fabulous Frogman into one, so you know.
That can't be a bad thing.
Dude, that was an accident too. That I found that I opened it. I'm like, wait, this is the first appearance of Glee.
You actually said Glee.
Of course I did. All right, so we should probably actually talk a comic book at some point.
Now that it's 30 minutes in.
What's the first one in the pile?
Unfortunately, the first one is Nightcrawler 5.
All right, I'm going back to Killing Time because
Well, that's all we're really doing with this book. Because Kurt started his first day as the teacher. He gets a Danger Room sequence in. After much nostalgia over baseball, a new space pirate group comes around after looking after a new mutant.
okay, dear Chris Claremont, stop with weird alien pirate teams. Sincerely, the Rev. Like, shit's been done, man. Like, I can still remember Excalibur and Gatecrasher and that group of freaks. And it's the same Claremont. Like, oh, we're all awful pirates. Here's our hot, psychotic sidekick. Like,
It's true. I looked at that and I'm like, really, my man? This is where you're going? She just wants to kill everything, and the rest of them are like, well, we want to get paid. And she's like, no, I want to kill. Well, we want to get paid.
It's. I mean, you have the whole book. All right, you've got Nightcrawler deciding what class do I want to teach. You have a flashback of baseball, and if that doesn't tell you everything you need to know about X-Men and Claremont.
Claremont was very, very, very big about getting the X-Men into baseball games.
And flashbacks. So, I mean,
And
when you can flashback to a baseball game, like, shit just got real.
That's like...
That's Claremont 2.0.
It's Claremont squared, thank you.
I'm Claremont Jr. Anyway, like...
Discount Chris Claremont.
I don't fucking...
Who do you think is discount Chris Claremont Jr.
There is
right
no
now?
one writes like that. No one. Everybody else is like, no, I want shit to end, man. I can't go 102 issues on a fucking background storyline. It's like, no, that shit's ridiculous. You want 3 issues about a haircut? Fuck off. Like, no one can do that. Chris Claremont can do that. He's not human.
He isn't. I'm telling you. This the fact that he's still alive today. Someone hasn't punched him out on a common
You know,
floor.
he deserves fucking nothing but respect. Like, what he did on the original X-Men, and I don't care. Oh, you make fun of X-Men all you want. You go back to old school Chris Claremont X-Men, and you're like, fuck, that's good.
Yeah.
That shit was amazing.
But
Shadowcat
it had its
fucking-
time.
No, that's the thing. I don't think you can keep doing it anymore. But if you go back to that, it is timeless. That's the point. Of like, even though it got convoluted to the point where your brain literally leaks out of your ear, not figuratively, you could lose brain. That shit is still epically good. If you can tell me that you can't go back and pick up a random 185, like
Cool and Gath.
if you can't fucking look at the Juggernaut versus Colossus in a bar,
Yeah.
Wounded Wolf, like the Brood, like the period where they are just kings.
If you can say you're not liking that stuff, I don't know how you read comics.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, this was a universal. I don't care what you liked. Nobody was like, oh, fuck the X-Men. Claremont, that guy can't write. Nobody thought that. Like, yeah, but now it doesn't translate anymore. And everybody evolves. Like, John Byrne evolved, like, not well. I don't think that if you look at fucking Byrne Superman and Babe, you're like, oh, you got way better, dude. This shit is epic.
No, that is incorrect. and that's the thing that happens with a lot of writers, man. You give them a character that somebody else has invested in and made real to the public, etc., has some kind of history to work from, and then you get a guy, the same guy, he can't necessarily make shit up out of whole cloth and do the same job.
But Claremont can. And
Sovereign Seven?
No, sorry, but Claremont, think about the characters that he brought in the period. The thing is, nobody, and this is not a comics thing, this is universal, nobody gets to be awesome forever.
Yeah, absolutely
right?
true.
Bob Dylan had all those albums in the 80s. Neil Young has Landing in Water. Like, everybody's, you go to a musician, you got a shit album somewhere in there. All right, our favorite band combined is the Reverend Horton Heat.
Yeah.
You want to talk about Night in the Box?
I like Night in the Box.
Sorry, Space Heater.
Space Heater was not as great as
Space Heater was not great, period. Like, and I'm not mocking them. I can't do that shit. They're
It's the
phenomenal
one I
band.
listen to least.
The fact of the matter is that you are going to hit a fucking whiffle here or there.
Sure.
Inevitably. And as you get older...
This motherfucker's motorcycle is transforming into a jet ski.
This is both half a superhero movie and half a piece of shit. I'm so confused by this film. But the fact that you don't get to be awesome forever. And even if you stay relevant, which is hard enough, you're going to make mistakes along the way.
Sure.
And that's fine. But some people don't. Some people just go right into mistake them and like, oh, man, this shit's comfortable. I'll just do this.
Like Chuck Dixon. But Scott Lobdell.
Well, you never liked him.
I cannot believe I saw... No, I've never liked him. I can't believe I actually saw women defending Scott Lobdell. It's amazing to me.
Wait, when?
On Twitter, of course.
What, as a writer or
Yeah.
as a person? Like,
As
no,
a writer, yeah.
He's a perfectly adequate lover? Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like,
As a comic book author. No, there's been times... He's also been...
what's he
he's
writing
also-
now? He's on DC now, right?
Yeah.
He's in the 52.
Yeah. It's Red Hood is his. Remember?
No, it was Winnick. Oh, no, was it with Lobdell? Right?
Red Hood and the Outlaws with Scott fucking Lobdell.
I have the first one of those. You gave it to me. You're like, I want to burn this.
'Cause
I'm
I
like,
don't want it.
I thought that was like the first. I was like, this is just so weird.
It's pretty bad.
But,
yeah, that 10-minute was all about Nightcrawler.
And we didn't even get into Rico the frickin' Scorpion Boy.
I skipped over Rico the Scorpion Boy.
How you cannot skip over Rico the
That's why
Scorpion
I
Boy.
have
He'll
you.
sting you.
So stop.
That could be one of his powers. You don't know. But they're introducing
Most
yet another,
scorpions will sting you.
like, first off, Claremont should not be introducing 18 more young X-Men. Like, we don't need another young X-Men. Like, they just killed a bunch of people off in Avengers Arena because there are too many teenager fucking heroes floating around. So, Rico and your team of rejects,
Just use the ones you got and call it even for now.
I don't see a big future for you guys.
Nope, probably not.
Like, in all honesty, like, I'm not seeing Rico the book.
Probably not.
And you're not going to be called the Scorpion because fucking...
There are moments where I do adore this movie, though.
Howard Chaykin already did that shit. For Atlas. 2 issues. Look it up. All right. I just want Nightcrawler to go away.
Let's go somewhere
I'm
else.
happy the character's back, but just this book can go.
Yeah, got no need for it myself. I like Kurt, but I like Kurt in everyone else's context. His own context is not interesting yet.
Would you bring back Excalibur now that you have Kurt back? Although it's too hard to rebuild it. Like Excalibur is basically the Kurt and Kitty book, and Kitty's pretty ensconced.
Yeah.
Although they haven't used her in the X-Men have
No,
gotten
they've
so
been
damn
glossing
weird.
over her since she joined that other group. They're kind of like, oh yeah, Kitty's here
I'm your
somewhere.
Professor X, and now I'm going to take a long nap.
Yep, pretty much.
Hibernating.
What? No hibernating. So, Black Widow.
All right,
Number
let me
9.
see if I have this straight.
Yeah?
So the Punisher shows up and takes Crossbones hostage while Natalya beats up a ship's janitor,
Yep.
and then the thing blows up and no one accomplishes anything, and meanwhile Tony remains the smartest asshole in the room.
All very true. Completely
Did I nail that?
accurate. Yes. The
Okay.
Nat traces some chip traces the Chaos Organization,
Yeah.
which I thought we got rid of with. Oh my God! If that fucking motorcycle flies now.
Here's the thing.
Okay, no, he just abandoned his jet ski apparatus.
If
Fucking weird, man.
the Punisher captured Crossbones, he's going to shoot him like a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah. I think Edmondson forgot that Punisher kills people for
know-
just a minute. And now he was writing Punisher's book to begin with.
Yeah, but
for a
he
while.
turned him into Frankenstein, so like it's not.
No,
like,
that was Remender.
uh,
I mean, the current volume.
I don't read the Punisher.
Edmondson, yeah, because I don't want to.
The fact of the matter is, though, like, how do you not? You can't use the Punisher with real criminals. Like, you just have to create mob guys because he's gonna kill them.
Yeah.
There's no scenario where, hey, I captured Crossbones. Let me bring him in for a ransom.
That's not what he does. That's
Like he's
not
the
that
Red
character.
Skull. Like everybody hates Crossbones. Fucking, you're lucky Hawkeye hasn't shot him. He didn't even own a gun. It's like, no, I rented one to shoot you. Like, I had to go out, like, I had to take my mask off, fucking tell my name is Clint Barton, pick up a gun, didn't even shoot the fucking bro Russian guy, said I really, really want to. But I wanted to shoot you more.
Oh, no, I mean, I want to read a Black Widow book. I'm not certain I want to read this one.
It is just dark. Like, I mean, my realization is still helping. Like, the fact that we had forgotten what had happened to Natalya in The Winter Soldier
Yeah.
helps this book.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean,
It doesn't make it more fun, though.
no. There's no reason a Black Widow book shouldn't be fun.
Well, right now there is, because she's a miserable Russian fucking super assassin. But, you know what? Go spy on something. Stop killing people. Like, fine. Like, you know, you're tired of that part? Take a nap. You're a super spy.
See, the only reason Cap hasn't pulled her in for all this shit is because he doesn't know and he's busy with.
Well, he's
fucking
2,000
Zola.
years old. He's sitting there watching Matlock right now.
Well, yeah,
You know?
but that only
Cap
happens-
has his own problems.
One of them being Matlock. So, no, but if Cap knew about this shit, he would pull her in. He'd be like, "No, you're taking money to kill people."
And here's my other thing, and this is going to sound horrible,
Yeah.
but when Natalya was like depressed or sad about anything, in the past, didn't she just go bang somebody? Like,
I don't
routinely?
remember that clearly.
I remember her like hooking up with like she's like after El Tigre and Hercules and Tony Stark. I believe she's top 5 for like whores in the WWE. You know,
Ouch.
am I wrong?
Ouch. You could just say promiscuous, maybe.
Oh, I'm fine. promiscuity, whatever you want to call it.
She has decided that she does not mind having sex a lot.
I mean,
that's how I'll
if
phrase
the
it.
champ in this area is El Tigre, and then you have the B squad of Hercules, Tony Stark.
I don't know. Is Hercules really the B squad on multiple bangs?
With other hero? Well, I mean, I suppose Luke Cage should be out. Like, my
Dude,
point.
Snowbird.
It was impressive.
Snowbird, of all people. Who you never...
Also possibly Quicksilver. Oh, no, sorry.
North Star.
North Star.
Which is, it's fine. He's Greek. What are you going to do?
More power to you. Either way, I'm just saying, Natalia, she's not on the bench in that squad. If it's a 9-man baseball team, she's done all of them.
Oh, terrible. Terrible.
Now she just sits and mopes and considers adopting a cat?
Well, like you said, she did have her mind wiped, so her personality is almost justifiably not what it used to be.
This Doom 3
Except
is...
it totally is, except when they're not making it that way.
Doom 3 is sufficiently freaking show-worthy.
How far did we get with that?
It's like 2 hours long, and that's like the 6th dance sequence involving a dude with no shirt.
Holy crap, 2 hours, 50 minutes.
It's an epic, my friend.
We are not watching 3 hours of that. Holy crud. What did you do?
I don't know. I can't work remotes.
Just play the next movie. This harkens back to what you said earlier about Nat. Her mind was wiped. She might... It's weird. She doesn't have the same patterns, but she's got the same personality, except when she doesn't.
I'm all like, I like the book once I realized that it involved what happened to the character. Like, that's fine. I get that. It's just, it's not fun. I'm not looking forward to it. I don't really understand what she's investigating. Everybody's kind of a douchebag.
No, that's been very vague, and there are no admirable characters in this book.
And her weird accountant / sidekick torturer, like, I just don't understand, like...
And don't we have enough books that are just so... Everything is horrible.
It's like the opposite of the Lego movie. Everything is awful. Everything just sucks. Did I tell you to watch the Lego movie?
Yes, you did.
Did you?
No.
You need to watch it.
I said I'm going to.
It's like cult worthy.
This is not something I'm not going to do.
You should be doing this sooner.
You should
like now.
Just shut the fuck up. We're busy.
This is not busy. This is not important.
Something is busy. What?
All right.
Wait.
What?
I don't know.
That made no sense.
Exactly.
That was horrible.
So,
dude, your segues suck. Your segues suck like real segues.
Whatever. It's
You're
all
like a mall security guard on one of those things.
I guess it's all in my head. Like Bruce's in Savage Hulk.
Oh, worse.
Don't like it. Don't care. Don't
Savage
talk to me
Hulk.
about it. I don't want to know.
The Incredible Marvel Hulk. Somehow Marvel Girl has taken on Hulk's powers. And since gamma radiation changes everyone differently, she becomes really popular. And she dresses like ridiculously trampy. Like, what the fuck is going on in this book? And it's all this weird dream sequence while Xavier's trapped in Banner's mind?
Yeah, it's literally all happening in his head.
My God, we've just gone inside Banner's brain. Like, Bruce, I can help fix you.
They just can't stop.
I'm sorry, there's just not enough time.
It's almost like people aren't allowed to actually develop characters and give characters arcs anymore. We just have to figure out another variety of a given character.
Not to mention, like, why does this need a book? Like, first off, why is Professor... Like, when is this happening? Isn't Professor X dead? Like, what is the timeline?
Well, yeah, if
here?
you remember, this was in the 70s.
Oh, I forgot that because I didn't care.
I forgot that because I didn't care. Now,
And then-
here's something. Let's stop for a moment. I'm going to show you something I found on Twitter today.
Crap.
And I believe that you will enjoy it immensely.
You got a monkey?
No. It's a picture of Dan DiDio, Zack Snyder, and Joe Shuster.
And I'm supposed to enjoy this.
Yes. Dan DiDio says,
Heroes shouldn't have happy personal lives.
Zack Snyder says,
I really wanted to show it's not fun or funny.
and Joe Shuster says,
Jerry and I always felt the character was enjoying himself.
Booyah! Doesn't that pretty much encapsulate everything we've been talking about for like months?
No, it's sad but true. Like,
Fuck off, Dan DiDio.
Superman should be happy. Like,
Yes.
I'm sorry. First off, nothing really bothers. It's like, I'm sorry. Did you have a hard day, honey? Well, 42 people beat me with sticks. I didn't feel anything, so it was fun. Fuck it. You want to get some pie? I love pie. So do I. I'm happy, Lois. Yes, he should be fucking happy. But yeah, Savage Hulk. Finally, the leader shows up. So I'm like, wait, I love the leader. Alan Davis draws a phenomenal
We
leader.
might have some fun because the leader's here.
And there's a bunch of wacky robots, which I hate. It feels like Excalibur all over again.
You like wacky robots.
No, but you know what? Here's a bunch of differently drawn robots just for no point whatsoever.
Yeah, there's that.
Were you sitting there going, oh, these are well thought out? It's like, no, this one's got 2 motors. You got 1 eye. Bah! Oh, we're going to drain all the energy out of the Hulk because he's the Jolly Green battery.
Are you really?
Really? Yeah.
I don't know
Does
about
that make
that.
you sprout? Fuck off. I don't care. I don't. Stop ruining the Hulk. Just fucking Hulk smash Hulk writers.
Actually, yesterday on the way back from lunch, I was going up the stairs to the 2nd floor, and one of the server technicians was saying to somebody, God, and just my fucking rage knows no bounds. So I got just up to her stair when she was saying that, and I'm like, all right, you can relax now, Bruce. And she's like, "Roar!" And I'm like, ha ha, she got it, cool.
That's kind of awesome.
I didn't even have to say Banner.
But yeah, I want Hulk to smash and Banner to feel bad. I just want I don't think that anyone's going to look back and be excited about this story.
I don't find it likely. myself.
Alan Davis can draw. Alan Davis can write. Alan Davis does not write as well as he draws.
And that's most of them, too.
I'm not mocking the dude. I'm not making fun of him. He is a writer-artist. There are far worse than Alan Davis.
Yes.
But when
McFarlane.
when there's not another writer on there, I feel, I just don't see the point to it. It's an event to go nowhere. Do you feel first of all, it's happening in the 70s, so you know damn well that nothing interesting came from this.
Right. Unless they kind of...
Holy shit, what is Christian Slater doing in a B-movie fucking science fiction piece of crap?
Making his next cheeseburger?
Yeah. Who doesn't enjoy a good cheeseburger?
Well, when you're out of work, everything's a cheeseburger.
All right,
I don't know
that's
what
everything
that
I
means.
got to say on that.
So, but we were much more happy, however, with Silver Surfer 5.
No drapes shall stop the Silver Surfer. All right, if you can't find that funny, fuck off. The great thing about this book is that they're writing it. The Silver Surfer has such a huge pretension level to him.
He does.
And they're like, nah, we're just going to mock the shit out of that.
Pretty much. He's being a bit of a jerk to Dawn because he thinks that somehow she's the key to getting off this goddamn planet again.
Well, let's be fair. Silver Surfer should hate Earth. He's got every right.
Yeah,
every
he
time he
does.
comes down there, shit goes horribly
He doesn't
wrong.
just should hate it, he does hate it.
Not only does he always look, I'm here to save you. Every time the Thing makes fun of his shiny metal ass, he sees all the hot heroines point out that he doesn't have a penis. He doesn't have a good time on Earth. Ever. It's I have one, it just goes away when I cover myself in silk. Fuck off!
Ew. Enough peeing talk.
So, people play the Beach Boys at him constantly. It's just awkward.
Oh, got it. I can't believe it took me a second to
I
actually
was so
get that.
saddened for you. But you have the Defenders All Nap reunion tour.
All Nap reunion tour because Nightmare is in play again.
But not really, because Nightmare is having a nightmare, and the whole world is fucked. So their big goal
It's
is
very Inception.
we have to keep Dawn awake, so that if the entire world falls asleep, no one will ever wake up. But which is ridiculously stupid. Like, this is your classic Doctor Strange storyline.
It totally is.
But because this is played for laughs because it's ridiculous. Like Nightmare, not Nightcrawler, although that would have been better. Nightmare knows he could have ruled the world. He's like, but I would have been having Nightmare. It would have sucked. Like, I want to piss on you people. I don't want to be winning by losing. Like, bah. Right, and then I made an H.G. Wells joke. It's when the sleeper sleeps. I was pretty happy with that.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's horrible. But what are you going to do? Reflecting the sun off the surface was a little rough.
A little bit. That wasn't, I was like, really, kids?
But now, Dawn...
That's slot science, man.
Dawn is off to join the Silver Surfer in wacky space adventures.
She realizes that it's time to go. She needs to be out there.
I've never wanted to leave Maine before, but now I want to see the stars. Oh. Because my sister's idea of a nightmare is my life.
That's a good point, though. I mean, it's not even her idea of what a nightmare is. She realizes it's all deep and heavy. I'm not going to circle.
It's not even deep. Like, no, like that's. If you're happy in your life and somebody's like, "That's the worst life I've ever heard of," what? You're just an asshat. Really, you drink beer and talk about comic books in front of a computer, and you think that you're enjoying anything about? Oh, fuck you, Sam Elliott. I'm not fucking dealing with it.
That dog won't hook.
I'm sorry that you've got a massive mustache and married Catherine Ross, but shit, I had a different choice. Fuck you. God damn. Here's the thing, though. Like,
it's nice to have a character come to a realization about themselves.
Yeah, I like this book. I think it's a lot of fun. The art works perfectly. My big issue here is, do people not get this whole concept? Like, we're going to be in space for a really long time. You're a normal human girl. The distance between things.
Surfer can warp now. He's not.
First of all, you can't use the phrase "he can warp." It just pisses me off. But what are you gonna do?
How else did he get around from fucking Shalabal to here?
Let me be very clear here. All right, I'm gonna break this down as crudely as humanly possible.
The surfboard is transluminal,
dude.
Which you don't know because you don't read what I read.
That and shit, yay. How many times are you going to pull over so somebody can shit on an asteroid before you're both tired with your life choices?
It's a very good question. All that celestial beauty will wear thin after a while.
So, particularly if you get pull over, you have to crap on an asteroid again. If you can find a planet, that would be better. We're in the middle of fucking nowhere. Well, I'm sorry that you have a shiny metal ass.
I'm sorry that metabolizing cosmic energy leaves no waste.
Yeah. Bah.
And by the way, there's no storage compartment on this fucking thing for a Snickers.
She's not bringing luggage on a surfboard. Like, you're going to wear one outfit forever in space?
In comics, that you can get away with that.
I'm just saying, people should know.
I know exactly what you're saying. And it's odd to hear you talk about practicalities like that.
Well, I'm not a practical human being. I acknowledge that. But, you know what? I don't want to poop on an asteroid. Maybe once, but not on a regular fucking day-to-day basis.
Well, I mean, if it was an asteroid that pissed you off.
Oh, dude. I mean,
you have an asteroid that pissed you off?
If we're crossing, but if I could fucking poop on Ego, the living planet, sorry, dude, fertilizer.
Wow. Would you poop on Mogo?
Oh, in a sec. Well, only from a safe distance because he just eats his enemies. So it's like, Mogo.
How can you shit from a safe distance? All right, no, stop right here. This is not Comic Cabal. We're not talking about poop any further. That I came to this realization, and I'm not going any further with it. It's comic books, accept it. Which is usually the shit you got to say to me. Whatever the fuck. At any rate, it's a great book. We enjoy the shit out of it.
Literally.
So that gives us another book that we actually dig for once, which is All New X-Men, and it's number 31, with special guest stars Amadeus Cho and Tony motherfucking Stark.
All right, that was a funny little beginning. I'm Dr. Cho. Well, you're the number one expert. It went away. You're a crappy expert.
The kids are deciding what to do now that the adults are all gone, which means bad decisions.
And vaguely salacious dialogue.
Yes. The X-23 and Warren come back from their date,
in which we determine that the Angel is a gentleman and X-23 has creepy feet.
Yes, they're very creepy. Although I knew that. But, that... When I first read about X-23, I thought, how insanely impractical is that? How does she actually bend her foot to walk with that thing in there?
I didn't even think about it. The whole concept of X-23 is literally the worst thing ever. Let's take...
Well, the base concept. A lot of people like her because they gave her decent stories.
I have not read them, so I'll take your word. My point is, at what point do you let's take the most fucking troublesome, difficult mutant and clone him,
but turn him into a teenage girl. You're just really begging for trouble at that point.
It's like, wow.
You're like, come fuck my world up. Here's some money. Do you want money?
How can we make things worse for ourselves? What if we cloned Dr. Doom, but we gave him a really small penis? Let's make him really angry at everything.
That's terrible. That would be a slightly worse idea than cloning Wolverine into a teenage girl.
Slightly.
Because eventually, he's Dr. Doom. He could figure out prosthetics or some shit.
Yep.
X-23 is not. You started it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Anyway, Jean convinces Laura, X-23, that she's made a good choice with the Angel because he's a decent fella until he, Apocalypse gets a hold of his dumb ass. But
don't wish Apocalypse into this book, please.
Hank messes around with Cerebro and finds himself a new mutant because that's what we do now is find new mutants.
All right, seriously. How many times, I'm playing with Cerebro? Well, that's a big ping.
They never find an average fuck on Cerebro.
They do. Rico, the Scorpion, ping.
But they don't care about him. They're just like, oh, we'll pick him up later.
Go hang up with Nightcrawler.
Yeah, it's pretty simple, But, every time, you're right, every time they need a new plot kicker, they're like, holy shit, that's a powerful mutant.
Dude, no one has ever fixed Cerebro without a huge mutant showing up. Not once. It's been like, I'm just going to hammer this in here, fucking pull this. Oh, hey, it's working.
Oh, no!
And what the fuck is this girl's power? What is going on?
I'm not even remotely sure. She might be a portal maker of some sort.
And did you notice it kind of looks like the Sentry's logo? What the hell?
Oh, yeah.
That totally does.
Worries me a little bit, actually.
Because a teenage girl Sentry is fuck
That's
off.
a frightening fucking prospect.
X-24,
right
piss off.
They go to a whole boatload of places, which is just like, all right, the main stuff I want to do is in number 32, so I need you to draw 8 pages of them floating around different worlds.
Did you if this
and
guy
fuck it, you can throw the Ultimates universe in there too if you want.
If they just created a teenage girl gateway,
that's going to be disappointing and
boring.
boring.
Not going to like it. No, I'm going to tell you right now.
That's going to be disappointing if that's all that is.
I did not miss Gateway. I don't love that he's over in fucking Avengers or whatever. Bah humbug.
Yeah, well,
I need a beer. Pause for station identification.
Do you really need the pause to get a beer?
It's a big beer.
It's a big beer. Fuck off. All right. Now that you're back from peeing.
You like how I snuck out of here? I'm tired of eating crap.
Yeah.
Now I got to do it on the return because your need to talk about my urination is very uncomfortable.
Yeah. No, that was totally filler. Here, do 8 pages of diddly bopping around universes. All right, here's another book I hate.
What do you got?
I don't hate it. I just find it so 100% unnecessary that I don't want to deal with it. Amazing Spider-Man 1.4. Learning to crawl. Yeah, it's the long story of Pete's early days and his struggle between being a hero or a shill.
Peter decides to give up on being Spider-Man. His life slightly improves. The ridiculously annoying DJ shouted out villain calls him out, and he feels he has to deal with that because it's his villain. Because you can't stop being Peter, no matter how hard you try.
I swear to God, I've puked that up before. What's on the screen? I've done that.
This is a terrible, terrible space movie.
And it came out of a rock. How do you get beer burrito puke inside of a rock?
But
a space rock, Neil.
Anytime rocks vomit, you should move away rapidly.
It's probably a good idea.
But getting back to Peter Parker, positives. I like the retro style of the art to fit, old school.
Yeah, that was entertaining. I did like that.
And not in a way it's like, oh, draw like Ditko. But they did legitimately choose an artist who was going to fit a style similar to that period. So that was neat. It's like Peter's life starts to improve, and then they crap all over. Like, Flash ruins everything. Now he owes money. He's more fucked. Everybody fires him. Misery, misery, misery. I can't fucking beat the disco rock version of Humbug.
That's right. Holy crap, I didn't make that connection.
It totally is. It's, instead of making bug noises louder, he's making music like, ah.
And I hate you for that. You made me... You always do that. You hit some point that I totally miss, and it's always far funnier. And I hate you for it.
Oh, thanks. Thank you. Yeah, it's like Spider-Man has a super mutant power to get shit all over.
He does, man.
But there's some fun aspects of this. This is much better than most point books in terms of I liked this one. It's just it's just more pure unnecessary crap on Peter.
It's true.
But I liked it was a fun read. Like, it was well done for what it was. And I liked, Flash Thompson, getting the last laugh was kind of amusing. Like, I do learn, Peter. I learned from you how to fuck with you. Someday you're going to have no legs and be Venom. I don't know what you're talking about, Peter. That just sounds
okay,
weird.
Great. What? Who? Venom? He don't know. And that amuses me. But otherwise, I still don't.
I can't believe you bought another .4.
Well, like I said, you got to buy that shit ahead of time. And not everything is obvious when you're scrolling down that spreadsheet,
True did.
So, reading ASM 5 though, that's a whole different bag, man. Felicia and Electro team up, and they decide to hit a casino run by the Eel.
Okay, so first off, you got Peter making out with Silk and managing to still screw it up despite pheromones. Like, oh, dear God.
No, because of pheromones. He didn't want to do that.
He wanted that. It's Peter Parker. Like, hitting hot women is the one good thing that consistently happens to him.
Anna Maria finds out because she shows up in the middle of this epic make-out pheromone session. And she takes it, shockingly well.
Well, she knows that he's not... that she's crazy smart. Like, that's the thing. She already knows that she was in love with a Peter Parker that wasn't Peter Parker.
Right.
And to be honest, once you've had the mind of Octavius, Peter Parker is like fucking chopped nut salad in comparison. It's like, I'm sorry, Peter. Like, yeah, you still have your hot spider body and all, but Octavius was a mind, and you're a thinker. I don't know what that means, but I'm vaguely insulted. But here's this really irked the shit out of me. Like, at what point ever are you thinking, hey, let's have... When does the Eel make it to mob boss stat? Like, how bad off are criminals?
Didn't he come right out and say, I'm tired of getting my ass kicked on the street. I'm going to do things quiet like.
No, but he's sitting there going, I moved my way up slowly. Like, their villains were falling aside. Like, you're not crafty.
Dude, but think about it. How many mob bosses and skills, how far down has he taken the organization over the years? there couldn't have been all that many full-blooded Italians left, even in fucking New York.
Yeah, but they
to
get
take
out
over.
every 8 minutes, man. Like, do you really think a criminal conspiracy that's had Silvermane and Hammerhead at the head of it is sitting there going, well, I'll follow the eel?
You know, they might have wiped out enough people to make that a viable option over the years.
Dude, honestly, like, you don't think, like, if you were, like, you and I, if you were...
You can't even spit it out.
If we were to transport into a comic book, we both know we'd be basically crappy goons. Like, you know, as a level
Dude,
thing,
we'd be tagging
or bad
bait,
scientists,
man.
yeah. But the fact of the matter is like, you wouldn't be sitting there going, like, I think Ox and Fancy Dan are hired, like, the eel. Dude, I'm pretty sure Power Man and Iron Fist kicked your ass. And they did. I have that issue.
Which is why he... Oh, what is this fucking weirdness? Oh, God, she's giving birth. But she's not getting any smaller. It's an alien baby in there, too, isn't it? I just know it. Oh, this is a terrible movie.
Oh, you are so freaking
Yeah,
gone.
it was a dream. Look at that. So anyway, yeah, so what I was saying was, no, I think that the Maggia has probably been dismantled. I mean, Frank Castle has a 2,500 person fucking body count. And they're almost all mooks.
Yeah, but all the
Mooks
freaking
and
super
skills
powered
and
ones are
wise
still
guys.
alive.
Are they at this point? They're probably in jail, though.
Castle hasn't killed any of them, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, but think of his mid-management. I mean, Eels just running a casino. He's not a boss.
No, he's supposed to sit at the table with Mr. Negative and the Goblin King to divide New York.
Yeah, that's right.
So he's the third biggest in all of New York. The Eel. See, that's where. No,
Well,
fine.
also Mr. Negative, he's Chinese mafia. He took over a lot of territory.
But fine. You think Mr. Negative's going to split up a table with the Eel?
Of course not.
But
He got him into the table so he could kill him. Come on. It's Mr. Negative, for fuck's sake. There's a plot. It's not. We shouldn't take this at face value. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're saying to me, man.
I'm saying that I am just not buying the Eel.
Well, there's probably a better reason not to buy it. But either way, JJJ is also about to go on TV when Felicia and Max show up, and they disable Pete, and they're about to out him. Which, of course, always happens and never happens and doesn't matter because there's going to be some magic wish that fixes this shit.
Didn't Doctor Strange go to Peter after one fine day? It's like every time you tell somebody about this shit, the spell...
It was not one fine day.
Oh, that's fucking...
One more day.
One more day. One more day. Either way.
that's
But
funny.
didn't he feel like every time you tell somebody about this shit, it gets harder. Like you're breaking a spell, Peter. And it's not like I can just rewrite this shit.
I don't remember that, but I believe you. I don't know where that might have been.
I believe that was in Spider-Man, but I don't fucking know when. But I'm positive that it happened, and it's I'm just not buying the fact, Peter, that you need to keep telling everyone who you are.
You know, that is a misgiving I have about some of Slot's decisions. It's supposed to create drama, I'm certain, but it's growing a little thin, you know?
But I love Slot on Spider-Man. I think that it's a phenomenal book. Like the Black Cat is becoming like as an antithesis to Peter. It's still very hard to picture it, but Electro being like super psychotically fucked up, and her taking him in to use him as a tool. Like there's some clever things.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So it's a book we dig. Oh, the cat's back. What do you know about that? So
she came back the very next day.
Yep.
Because she thought you were in trouble.
Pretty much. As long as the cat don't get dead. You know,
In
you'll
so
have to
many
put
ways.
her in a box.
Keep your Schrodinger to yourself.
You'll
please.
have to dig a little hole and cover it with rocks. Pick a couple dandelions, say a little prayer, then just go off to bed because you really don't care.
No,
You don't know that song?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not at all. You've gone mad.
It's called The Cat Got Dead.
The cat got that. This is an actual lyric.
Yeah, it's a novelty song.
It would have to be.
I can't believe you don't know Cat Got Dead.
I am ecstatic that I
Should
don't
I
know
sing
this.
it for you?
No. Fuck no. Life is hard enough.
Oh, the cat got
I
dead.
hate you.
We put
Hate.
him in a box and we dug a little hole and we covered it with rocks. Then we picked a couple dandelions, said a little prayer, and then we all went off to bed because we mostly didn't care.
Is there more? Or is this
Yeah, oh, yeah. In the middle of the night, the dog began to sniff and was a Labrador Retriever that belonged to Mrs. Griffin. And even though the cat was smelly and stiff, he thought it'd be a nice addition to Mrs. Griffin's kitchen. Throughout the house, she had cat curiosities with kitties on her couch and her coat and her colostomy. People gave her kitty gifts, but all the dog could afford was a cat he dug up with a case of rigor mortis.
Congratulations, people! We've hit a new low.
When the woman saw the cat,
There's
there
more?
began the
For fuck's sake.
pandemonium. The dog dropped the cat and it clunked on the congolium. It sprang back to life right there on the linoleum, shook its shaggy head out of its catatonia. From the floor to the counter and all around the kitchen, the cat was chased by the dog and the dog by Mrs. Griffin. Past the living room couch with the kitty motif, through the front door screen out into the street. Now, old John Duke drives a delivery route, and he happened to be passing with a van full of fruit. He saw the woman and the dog, but his face turned pale, because in a splat, the cat was corned beef hash with a tail. Oh, the cat got dead.
Nope,
We put
nope,
him in a
nope,
box,
nope.
and we dug a little hole, and we covered it with rocks. Then we picked a couple dandelions, said a little prayer, and then we all went off to bed, because we mostly didn't care. How are you today, Rev?
Oh, so sad.
You love that song. You're going to go download that shit right now. So in Captain America 23...
Is there anybody who didn't know that this was Cap's kid based
It
on
was
the cover?
so clear to me. It really was.
You know, I know that Captain America is an awesome teacher, and he's taught Tony Stark and Hawkeye how to fight and all sorts of stuff, but
Yeah.
don't beat up the Hulk. Like, no. Because this kid has no powers, per se, right? You know,
I don't think so, right?
he's got a Zola suit.
Yeah, but that's just a Zola suit. I mean, that's just some armor. I mean, how good could it fucking be?
It just, you know, I just, no, don't beat up the Hulk. Like, never.
Haywood Banks. The cat got dead.
Oh, stop. Make that go away.
Nah, it was just page after page after page of this mystery Penance-looking guy. I thought for a second it was going to be Penance. I'm like, why would Penance be in a fucking cat book? That doesn't make sense. Then after like 3-4 pages, I'm like, okay, I get it. Come on. He's on his way to his
Is
pop.
Speedball
Come
still
on.
Penance or is Speedball? I don't even know.
I don't remember, and I don't really care, because Speedball had no interest to me, and Penance had even less. So, fuck both those guys, whoever they are.
They're the same person.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, fuck that guy.
But, I mean, meanwhile, you have the big reveal at the end as the Falcon, and what the hell is with that girl's ridiculous name?
Jet Black?
Jet Black. It sounds like a shitty punk band, like Jet Black and the Nocturnes.
Oh, God, that's terrible. Yeah, that's
But
they bring us the Unvengers.
oh
which
my God,
I just
forgot
really
about the
wanted to
Unven-
slap him for. It's like,
First
oh,
off,
this-
they all look like Warlock, which is not helping anything.
Oh, yes, good point. Hadn't seen that. Yeah, they definitely look like Warlock, which is no good.
And there's a certain moment, like, comics logic I know is flawed. I understand that. And while I point it out sometimes, like, yeah, there's areas that you have to draw lines at. However, the fact that Zola somehow built the Unvengers based on the random Avengers that showed up to hang out with Cap that day
Is pretty stretching it.
It's like, oh, like if they were fighting them and then he came up with those versions, fine, that's one thing. Like, well, you made those pretty quickly. I'm Zola, bitch. But then he just happened to have a fucking rocket ship filled with the Avenger team of Cap, Thor, Hulk, and Iron Man. No, and no.
I'll bet you he doesn't have a Wanda Maximoff Unvenger.
I bet you he does. He just didn't send that shit because, she wasn't there.
That would be one ugly Scarlet Red Witch there. I would not read a book with Unvenger Scarlet Witch in it. So yeah, Hulk 5? Man, I got nothing more to say about Cap today. I don't care.
You're forgetting the key factor, the big reveal at the end. Sharon Carter, also not dead.
Oh, yeah, well, because we knew that.
But here's the thing, Cap. You've now been whining about two people who aren't dead. Don't you feel stupid?
Who's been whining about that?
Cap!
Oh.
I lost my son and my girlfriend.
Well, he must be super fucking happy now, right?
Well, no, because he's still 8,000.7 bajillion years old.
That made no fucking mathematical sense.
Math doesn't make sense. It's all made up.
Math makes plenty of sense.
It's all made up.
Well, I mean, the advanced shit, like triple calculus, doesn't make sense. You're not even going to question whether triple calculus is real.
I assume that it's fake, but I can't be sure. English major bitches, talk to me about poetry.
No.
I'll fall asleep.
I'll call Ernie.
So, all right, what are we jumping to?
Hulk 5.
All right, here's the thing with the Hulk 5. I'm Doc Green. That tells you everything.
Are you? Really? Doc Green?
First off, thank God we've been reunited with the Sucky Science Squad.
Ooh.
Hey, remember all those part-time characters that I really didn't do anything with the last book? I've revamped them back.
They're back, kids.
Is one still suicidal? Does one have superpowers? Like, what's going on?
It's been a while since we've seen him. It's been a good 6 issues, and it's kind of like, who cares?
Meanwhile, we're gonna build gamma fighting nanobots.
I guess
It's not gonna work on you.
they can do nanobots to fucking do anything. I mean,
I like the fact that Smart Hulk is slightly more interesting than really stupid Hulk.
yes, that is true.
Hulk Smash is very hard to write long term with any kind of interest. Like, say what you will, like, yeah, Peter David went all kinds of weird at the end of his run, but fucking Thinking Hulk was a lot more fun to read consistently than any previous period.
Absolutely
Hulk
right.
eat donut is just fucking rough road after a couple issues.
No, don't chew the power cord, cat.
On the other hand,
Yeah?
what we have going on here, well, let me build to this, because first off, I'm supposed to believe, even for one hot second, that
Yeah.
Kang's trophy room is unguarded. Kang!
Not for even a second.
Like, there are things that I can accept, and there are things that are just plain out, no. Kang?
No.
Kang guards his toilet.
No alarms, no guards, no robot killers, no leftover Doombots.
Kang has guards on everything. Did you just touch my front lawn? Laser blast, bitch.
Yeah, I don't. Duggan was stretching it a bit with that one.
And it gets worse, because then, all right, I need adamantium. I'm going to steal a part of Ultron.
Never take a part of Ultron.
Because they're all connected. Like,
Ever, ever, ever.
aren't you a super fucking genius? Like,
And you're going to go grab some Ultron? No! God damn it. His memory is in like every molecule of everything he's in. You're not going to get away with this.
let's grab the most annoying science fucker of all time and bring him back. And then, all this is to create nanobots so that you can remove all the other gamma radiation. So basically what we have is the Hulk version of Armor Wars?
Oh. Ooh. I don't know about that now, but...
Think of it, he's going after A-Bomb first because he's easiest.
Yeah.
It's Gamma Wars. Not the TSR game.
That's Game of World.
I'm fucking ecstatic I didn't know that.
Yeah, you're fine with it. You know role playing. You like to come across like you would never.
I role play plenty, but I
20.
did not recall that at all. But my point is, like, literally, like, it's a steal of Armor Wars. He's going
It
after.
sounds like it, yeah. When you put it that way.
Which means Abomination, Leader, and A-Bomb. Maybe Doc fucking
Samson.
Nice save. I like the slow scent, like Doc Sav. No, shut yourself. Does he go after She-Hulk? Because that'd be fucked.
That would be terrible. I can't have She-Hulk be fucked over by him. Man, come on, that's not right. They've been pals. They're good. They're cousins. He can't fuck with her.
You know what? The Armor Wars, Iron Man went up against S.H.I.E.L.D. and Cap.
That's
and
right.
Stingray.
Yeah, because he couldn't stand the idea of the Guardsman armor or the Stingray armor. Which, you know, as awesome as that was, he did seem to get a little excessive.
Well, I mean, it was a different time, but yes, it was also the birth of the Tony Stark who knew better than everybody else, which has resulted in the fucking totally annoying Tony Stark who fucking knows everything now, and I'm forced to live with. Like, Tony is an awesome hero, and every goddamn book makes him out to be a douche nozzle.
I would appreciate it if he was just a random playboy again.
You know, like, fine, he's so bright that he occasionally makes dumb decisions. Okay, I get that. I have done some dumb shit, and I'm nowhere near as bright as him. I don't fucking own one laser. But the fact of the matter is, like, goddamn, people, like, everybody fucking makes Tony Stark out to be an asshole. It's like,
it's going to wear thin soon. I mean,
it has worn thin. Let's be honest. Like, it's been going on for a while. Do you remember reading Fraction's Defenders?
Yeah.
And finding out that Doctor Strange was somehow horrible?
Yeah.
It's like, you're a
wow,
disgusting
you're banging
super
students?
freak.
Ooh, that's not proper. What's wrong with you?
Red Hulk looks at his mind. It's like, you're the worst person ever. Doctor Strange is the worst. When? What? How? When did this happen? When did you become Scum Doctor?
You know, we just can't deal with paragons anymore, man.
You know what?
Our world is so gray and dark, and you know, our real heroes aren't, you know, steroids. We can't trust sports heroes. And go fuck yourself. We should be able to trust these fucking heroes.
Yes,
okay?
I'm pro hero, bitches.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
So yeah, this may go somewhere. It's hard to say. Rick ain't having it when he comes to get him, because apparently Rick is now like all super happy to be super powerful. You know, A-Bomb, the frat boy abomination, and I can't handle that.
I mean, I am not sold on Gamma Wars. I love Armor Wars is one of my all-time favorite things. So, like, I'll give this a benefit of the doubt for a bit. I would love for there not to be an A-Bomb anymore. Like, if that shit's on the table, you've got me for at least a couple more issues. Like, if there's a chance that A-Bomb will go the fuck away, like, I'm in.
Yeah, I think it's been long enough for Rick to be A-Bomb. They haven't taken advantage of his character. They haven't really gone very far with him. Actually, he might be running around in Red Hulk, but I don't know.
Oh, that's right. I always forget there's like 7 Hulk
Actually,
books
wait a
now.
minute. Is Red Hulk still around?
Red Hulk still... Oh, God, yeah. So that would be on the table, too, then.
Huh. Interesting. And Red She-Hulk. So he's got to go after Thunderbolt Ross and Betty again.
So now we have a timeline of Leader, Abomination, A-Bomb, Red Hulk, and Red She-Hulk. And theoretically She-Hulk.
Yeah, who knows about Jen?
Like, that's some crazy shit.
It amuses me that animals are so dumb they'll chase their tail. Yeah, but whatever. So speaking of Jen...
It leads us right into She-Hulk 7.
She-Hulk 7. So, thank fuck Pulido's back.
I love that. Because it's not like you're a massive Pulido fan. It's just you hated that other guy so
my God.
much.
I'm not an art guy. I'm not the kind of guy that says, oh, if you can put it on paper and I can't, then you must be fabulous and I have to admire it because I can't do it. Go fuck yourself. You can't fix a computer. I don't demand you admire me.
You know I don't.
Exactly. Ass. Giant jerk. So, it occurs to me that if I find a particular style of art distasteful, then that's just that I find it distasteful. I don't give a fuck what you think.
You're not required to like
but
everybody.
that is fucking terrible.
Not my favorite artist ever. I acknowledge this.
Weird proportions didn't, to my mind, really fit the fun-loving aspect of the. Might lose the wrong word.
Writing to humor, drawing to humor is challenging enough. But
Yes.
yeah, it was not perfect. But anyway, rather than focus on the last issue, this
Yes.
time we have basically an in-between one-shot. Although there's some nice backstory carrying on, in which random scientists in the weird office building have found a way of making a shrink ray that they think they can sell for $1 bajillion, but one of them, rather than sell it, decides to hide in Shrink World, despite the fact that he might blow up the planet, or blow up, whatever.
Yeah, and I didn't really follow their science about it. I mean, at least with PIM particles, you say, look, I'm swapping out all of my neutrons for neutrinos. And then that way I have less mass, so I'm smaller.
All right, you know what? This is where dispensation has to happen. Like, I have a shrink ray. Cool, you have a shrink ray. All right. But
why does a shrink ray automatically mean if it's not done with PIM particles, it has to blow things up?
what doesn't mean that it has to. It means that this one does.
Did.
Well, you know what? Theoretically, the most dangerous thing in the world is an atom. So if you're going to fuck with them, the possibility, like, I don't have a problem with that because there's at least a scientific basis. You fuck with atoms, some of them might blow the fuck up, and they blow up big. It's like if I juggle dynamite, I might not come home with a face.
Well, if they're lit. But.
No. Because juggernaut leaks, and often TNT would blow up on its own.
Well, that's old TNT, man.
Yeah,
They got
because it's
polymers
sweating.
in it now that doesn't allow that.
My
shit.
point being, I've seen fucking westerns. Like, I know TNT is dangerous.
I've seen westerns, and that applies here. How? This is comics, man.
Westerns are pure science, bitch.
Oh well, shit. I guess we should just talk about Amazing X-Men 10 then.
Oh, we're still on
But it's fun.
Here's a cool thing though. Like, even though this is a one shot, there's build of story in that Hellcat is getting very frustrated with She-Hulk. She-Hulk, and this is actually really true if you think about it, has a tendency to come across like she knows better than everybody else.
A lot of the time, yeah.
And this is a consistent thing. This isn't like, oh, one-timer. This is fairly regularly. You go back to her in Fantastic Four. You go back, like, She-Hulk is a fun character, but she's often, because she's a lawyer, because she's bright, because she's ridiculously powerful, it's like, I have this, I have this, I have that too.
Therefore,
it's when you're a B-level Hellcat heroine, like, getting told you don't know shit is probably annoying. Because, you know what? I married the son of Satan. I've done some heroing in my time. I was a defender. You've never been a defender. That was you've been a Fantastic Four defender. You were on good teams. You didn't have to save the world with half a deck of Muppets and some sausages. Like, that shit is hard.
sausages? Where did you... Okay. Fine. It's fine.
Like, do you think really, like, yes, the
it's a good point.
Avengers have done amazing things, but do you really think, like, oh, the world's in trouble, but I've got Thor, Captain America, Iron Man, and Hulk with me? Like, oh, hey, the world's in real trouble, but I've got the Beast,
Disco Beast,
freaking Valkyrie, Dr.
Moondragon.
Moon, yeah, like...
The Interloper.
And that weird guy with one eye, like, no.
Occasionally Daredevil.
Yeah. Are we just rolling dice at this point? Like, what's happening here? Is the Crimson Commando going to show up? Like,
Ouch.
what?
Really? Wow. Crimson Commando. Probably not, though.
Captain Ultra? Like, the Defenders, like, when you save the world of Defenders, you've really accomplished something.
Yeah, because you're doing it with a handful of half-atards.
Yeah. A bunch of Muppets and some sausages.
And nobody gives poor Patsy any respect for that.
So,
it's true.
I gotta be honest, like, up to this point, I'm like, Hellcat is driving me insane. She was kind of awesome in this one. I was like, damn, all right, point to you.
I was having fun with her. She was driving you insane, really?
Well, because it was just so I'm wacky and I don't know what I'm doing. And for the first time, you're like, no, like I may be a little bit off, but I'm distinctly heroic and I know how to fucking do my job. And you're pissing me off, She-Hulk. Like, this was the first positive move in her character. Every other time, it's like, I'm wacky.
Let's go drink.
And now we end on senior citizen Captain America.
Yeah, why did he show up?
Odd. I'm curious, but at the same time, it's like you don't fit.
I don't think we really need him in that book. I don't see how the plot could possibly require.
Hey, I mean, he just
Captain
aged 85 years overnight. He may need to make a will.
That's a very good point. Yeah. And he's got to figure out how to get all the dough back from all this shit he got rid of because of Jet fucking Black. At any rate, Amazing X-Men 10 is still boring me to tears. Let me tell you about that shit.
Amazing X-Men 10.
Yes.
Is that here?
That is this right here.
Oh, yes, sorry.
Where they're still in Canada. They're still fighting Wendigos. They're still trying to figure out if Sasquatch is vulnerable to this thing.
I can't wait to buy the graphic, which I have named Too Much Wendigo. First up, does it seem like everybody in the team kind of enjoys beating up the Wolvigo?
They do. They're enjoying the shit out of it.
I love you, Wolverine, but I really wanted to kick you in the face for a long time, and now that you're the Wolvigo, I'm going to do so.
You thought for like 4 days to figure out Wolvigo, didn't you?
You'd think so, but no.
Dying to use Wolvigo.
These things come to me, sadly, very quickly. It's not fair. And Rockslide has been in the bathroom the whole time?
Who the hell was Rockslide?
Another weird teenage mutant.
Did I even notice Rockslide?
He's a giant rock guy. He gets his face cut up. And, oh, yay! Alpha Flight has shown up in its entirety. Now we're fucked.
Nobody's getting out of this alive.
Outside of their own book, and if you go back and you read Alpha Flight, and I have all of the Byrne issues because my obsession with Byrne is ridiculous, and they're kind of uniformly terrible. Like, they're a terrible, terrible... Think about the first 28 issues of Alpha Flight. Who did they beat? No one.
Have to?
Dude, name one time where Alpha Flight came in pertinent anywhere.
No, they really... Their adventures were...
The fact of the matter is, when you're the Canadian superhero team, you fight the Canadian supervillains. People forget that.
Whom?
Exactly. So basically, we're going to fight ourselves, members of our own team, and...
Scott down the hall?
Yeah. Captain cannot... The Red Leaf. They should bring back that old Howard the Duck villain, the Beaver.
Really?
Yeah, no, he was a giant Canadian patriot in a cyber beaver costume.
Are you serious?
Really? You have to ask me that?
I kind of did.
Howard the Duck 9, man. The Beaver. Look it up.
Wow. You even know what issue.
I was reading it this morning.
I'm not shocked.
You're a little shocked, it turns out.
I'm surprised we needed to mention it now.
Hey, but yeah, like Alpha Flight just never, like every time they show up in another book, you're like, fuck, really? I gotta watch Puck get thrown at something.
Gotta watch Puck get thrown at something. Is it really worse than, well, actually the fastball specials were kind of amusing under most circumstances.
Well, they had it in this. They're like, hey, you want to do a fastball special? What, you mean throw Wolvigo far from here? Fuck yes. Like, it's like everyone...
He'll run back eventually, but we need to get him out of the way.
And the whole story is because somebody murdered a guy and they all of Canada ate the same hamburger meat. Like,
yep. It's topical, dude. There's a chicken scare out right now.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like, at what point when he was investigating what was going on did Wolverine just stop? Like, I'm going to eat this burger. It smells vaguely of human.
Well, that's
That's
the other thing. I mean, it's... Oh, God, that's crazy talk.
Like, at one point, you're like, okay, apparently their scratches are turning people. The Wendigo is evolved. That would have made sense. Like, burger meat? Wolverine was in the midst of, like, oh, there's a Wendigo outbreak and everything's very scary. Ooh, barbecue. What? No!
No, there's got to be something else behind it. The spell must have mutated or some shit. The curse
That's what I'm saying.
corrupted.
Apparently not.
It had to have. There's got to be something.
And they're
like
off
that.
to a cave, and they take a Sasquatch with them. Like, hey.
No, the Sasquatch.
Yes, but they take one. Like, first off, if you're fighting Sasquatches out of some, we're all going berserk because of some sort of Sasquatch fucking reunion tour.
Wendigos. You're confusing the two.
No, I'm not. They're the same motherfucker with different fucking skin tones.
Well, one has a tail, the other doesn't. Wendigos have tails. Sasquatch don't.
All right, fair enough. But when
You're looking at me like an adult looks at a 5-year-old talking about, no, I don't want to watch
the sky is
Beastmaster
blue
2 at
because Smurfs
3:15.
paint it every morning. No. Why is my child so goddamn dumb? Any way you look at it, taking a dude who's psychically attuned to the bad shit that's going on is a bad plan.
It probably is, yeah.
Particularly when he's flying the motherfucking plane at one point.
True. But the thing is, X-Men and bad ideas, that's what happens.
All right, I'll give you this.
That's the plot multiplier for every fucking X-book ever. X-book
And
ever.
then, meanwhile, you've got Cat, Thor, and Iron Man. Like, we need to stop the Wendigos from coming into the U.S. Then punch them.
Yeah, what was so hard about that?
Like, I seem to recall back in Red Hulk, Moon Knight fucking up Wendigos.
Did he really?
Yes, he did.
I don't remember that.
If Moon Knight,
I try to pay no attention.
Man, your absolute and utter hatred. I should have kept those. Like, your hatred of Moon Knight is legendary.
It is. I gave all those.
You didn't even sell them. You just gave them away. Like, get this shit
Yeah,
out of my house.
I gave him the Victor. I gave him the Warhammer. I said, "Here, take those." He's like, "Yes, fuck yes, Moon Knight. God damn." And I'm like, "All right, now that you've expressed that kind of excitement for Moon Knight, you need to get the fuck out of my house."
I love this in Kevin chart. Moon Knight is fucking stupider than a bag of rocks on a fucking frog's rain, but
All right, we got 2 books left, and we adore them both. So let's
not equally though.
Let's end on a high note, huh? Let's talk Kamala and Logan in Miss Marvel 7.
Dude, this is the best Wolverine appearance in years.
This is so much fun.
Wolverine
This is-
offering advice, and like the slow build from frustration to liking her is awesome.
It is. It really is.
I am so glad that I fucking slapped you senseless about this book because it has paid dividends.
I'm glad about it.
It is an awesome book. Like, this is a graphic you buy for little girls.
Sure it is.
First off, Thomas Edison, the evil Birdman, is the best thing in years. Like, holy shit, do I love that.
They negotiate some death traps. It's nice to have a death trap buddy team-up story early.
Like, this book allows me to not hate. I still don't like, but I don't hate the shitty anime faces they throw in every now and then. I'm lifting Wolverine. Oh, you're heavy. You've got metal bones. Anime tired face. No, like, which I loathe. But
It
this,
occasionally amuses me.
the book is so well done, and Wolverine has such a paternal, nice take to Ms. Marvel. Like, this is what you like. This is the older version of Wounded Wolf, the fucking
sure.
K-power.
Yeah, I can see that. He's got this. I don't want to. How can I phrase this without sounding completely incorrect?
You can't.
He's got a thing for
Younger
young female
girls.
heroes.
In a positive, yeah, he's always been he's got a thing for all female heroes. For
Well,
God's sake. He would also be.
That's what I was trying to avoid.
He would also be in our starting 9. Marhors. But yes,
He wants to see them be able to develop into people and heroes.
He's always had a
properly in their
very
own rights.
encouraging paternal take,
Yes.
which is why he's perfect for this book.
Yeah.
And the fact that, when she's talking about trying not to squeeze, there's some very cool moments in their relationship, the two of them. On the other hand, nothing, because everything is cool about this. Like, Ms. Marvel is a great book, and it's a great book for a lot of people.
And I think it's only going to get far more fun now that Wolvie has spilled to Cap, who spills to Medusa, that she's actually an Inhuman.
Yeah, that
So,
was
they send Lockjaw to mentor her, which is going to be fucking fun.
I'm sorry, like I love a giant dog, but
With an antenna that teleports.
Lockjaw itself is awesome. Like, let me be clear on that. However, they pretty much resolved that he's a dog.
Yeah,
Not
I
inhuman.
know, I know.
He's not a mentor. It's like, oh, she's an inhuman who could be really special. Send Gorgon. Send Triton.
Gorgon? No, don't send Gorgon. Gorgon's dead anyway.
No, you're thinking Karnak.
Oh yes, you're correct.
Which
no,
would have been
Gorgon
the better
would still be
choice.
a bad idea.
Gorgon
yeah.
is an idiot, but, you know, at least send somebody who can speak English and explain what an inhuman is. Like, ooh, you could be really important to the Inhumans. Here's our dog. I'm sorry, what? Really?
It does make a bit of weird nonsense.
Like, and I like Lockjaw. I'm not anti, you know, I think a giant inhuman teleporting dog is awesome. Of course I do. I read you know what I read. Like that shit just fucking calls to me. But no, like no.
It does seem to be a bad idea.
I can't wait to see Ms. Marvel and Lockjaw. I'm looking forward to what comes of it, but it seems like the stupidest thing you could have done in that scenario. The only thing would have been worth, like, you know, what the hell is the name of Black Bolt's brother, like Mad Mardigan or whatever the hell?
Like, jeez, I don't remember that shit.
I'm supposed to and I can't, but yeah, like sending
Mad
the insane.
Mardigan, get the fuck out of here. This is Kamala, not Alora. Okay, what are you fucking doing here? Nah, you know, they could have picked any number of speaking characters
That
to
would
help
have
her
made
out.
slightly more sense.
Crystal. Why
Crystal
they
would have
say
been
Crystal?
awesome. That was what I was trying to think. Crystal would have worked really well in this book.
Yeah.
But Lockjaw is an awful, awful choice. Who am I? What am I going to become? Woof. You're so wise, Master Lockjaw. Shang-Chi would be like, no, that's a fucking dog. Like, don't get philosophical, okay? Give him a bone and go do what you're going to do.
Let's top it off with some Captain Marvel. Number 6. Now, Cap is assaulting JSon's fleet while the populace begin their revolt.
I really like certain things. This book was kind of a step backwards. Like, I like Captain Marvel. I like what they're doing with it. There's a distinct lack of subtlety in some of this stuff.
Speaking of lack of subtlety.
Like, the whole idea, like, are they campaigning for Guardians of the Galaxy 2? Like, let's make a mixtape the most important thing in this issue? No.
Probably not.
Captain Marvel standing up to the fleet, being the Avenger, like, that cool. Like, like, Kelly Sue DeConnick, I keep saying like, and it's pissing me off. Kelly Sue DeConnick has a good take on the character.
Right.
The horrible side characters that she keeps throwing, like the all-alien, wacky, fun teen team that she's built here. Bah. And then, we're going to take the two of us in tiny fighters. We scrambled together. We're going to jump and fight the entire fleet while you do this, Captain Marvel. And neither of us will die.
That was pushing it a little bit.
That was horribly unlikely.
They collapsed the vibranium mine.
Which, by the way, is the stupidest plot point ever.
Which part? That the vibranium mine was poisoning them, or
No, I'm fine with that. Here, but I'm not fine. Like, I'm not anti-aliens. Don't say that. I've heard that argument before. It's wrong. Here's how minds work, kids. Hi, I'm Dr. T.O. Morrow with a science moment. When you dig in the earth and you pull something out, it's called a mine. If you collapse the mine, all that means is you continue to dig in the motherfucking dirt. You've accomplished nothing. This has been Dr. T.O. Morrow with your comic science moment.
it's a very good point. Because if JSon really wanted to, I mean, he all he's got to do is bring in more equipment.
Yeah,
This is not a permanent solution here.
We poured dirt on it. Really, you poured dirt on my mind. That's what you did. So you made it harder to dig up what I want to dig up.
But it did
Not impossible in any way, shape, or form.
It did take away whatever is oozing out of it to poison them, so they can probably then later build robots to mine that shit and sell it to everybody.
But the whole point is like, now that you can't get your vibranium, you'd have to murder us for no reason, and then you'd look bad to the galactic world. It's like, first off, Jason's a dick. Like, it's not
he
like
doesn't care about.
Yeah, you know, I should not kill these people because people will think bad of me.
Everybody hates JSon anyway.
Yeah, speaking on behalf of the populace, you lost that battle a long time ago. Like, you've been out of that running for years. Like, you and Idi Amin hang out. Like, you are not popular.
But still in all, it's been enjoyable. And I'm okay with it.
The book. I just felt like this issue was not, you know, it was falling back to the earlier Captain Marvel with less subtlety. You know, I had enjoyed the storyline up to this point. This was a clash of, no, that's kind of dumb.
Yeah. Okay.
And there was a little too much that's kind of dumb. But it's still a great book. Like, I think Kelly Sue has a really good read on the character, and I'm enjoying it. But I did not love the way this one panned out.
Yeah. It seemed a little quick and easy. You know, 2 ships against the fleet, and why didn't they just concentrate fire and call it even? You know?
Yeah, you know what? I mean, I don't care if one's Luke Skywalker, there's Han Solo. If you put 18 Star Destroyers against the 2 of them, they're getting blown the fuck up.
They are, in fact.
Yeah. And Han Solo will be like, no, I'm not doing that. It's a comic book. I don't care about the physics.
It's fucking suicide.
Never tell me the odds.
What the hell is wrong with you?
The odds are terrible, Luke, and I'm the one who says that. Like, no.
All right. I think we can call it a night at 1 hour and 45.
Wow, we've been having some long episodes lately.
Yeah, well, there's a lot to say, baby. There's a lot to say.
Well, DC week is next week, and there's
we
never
can
a
get
lot
under
to say
an hour on that one.
Probably not.
Actually, that doesn't look like a bad pile for DCs right now. What is that, an even dozen?
Maybe.
Vertigos?
Yeah, it's the Vertigos are helping considerably.
Yeah. Well, listen, kids. We'd like to go out with a bang, but he's married and I am me, so then there's no bang. There's not going to be any banging here, but we will say goodnight.
I will not.
Oh, what will you say?
Quack.
All right, that'll do.
Bless you, fuckers!
And away.
The Mean Geek is recorded live at the Reverend Mad Duck's apartment whenever the hell we can get to it. Find us on Facebook, Stitcher, Twitter under @TheMeanerGeek. Subscribe to us through RSS.
Or we can be located at our own site, www.themeangeek.com. And most importantly of all, you can find us as a proud member of the Comics Podcast Network.
Email us directly at themeanergeek@gmail.com.
Can I drink now?
You may.